was
Right.
saying
Stream
I
is
was saying to
live.
that when I was writing down my picks. That's crazy.
Stream is live. Let me make sure. Double check.
Double
Make sure
check.
the audios are all audioing. I think we're good. Oh, I didn't put this on. Hold up.
Hold up. Hey.
Oh,
All my niggas take
oh.
another week. Oh.
Hey! 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 Why you stopped? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, bullshit. You don't know the rest of it. Anyway, here we go. Live on a Friday instead of a Thursday. Fly Degenerates football show. Week 15. Picks.
Fried degenerates.
Fried Degenerates. Wow. Like French fries. The Fries Degenerates. We're going to get into the picks for week 15. We'll go over last week's picks. Flex with another big-time dominant week. Word Life has fallen back into a slump. But you were getting hot there for a quick second. But it's all right. It's always a week. If the Chiefs are still alive, so are you. And we'll talk about my experience at MetLife Stadium last Sunday, which I think has left me under the weather.
Uh-oh.
But the first thing I want to ask y'all, the biggest story in football right now,
Wow. Amazing.
the sport of football. Word Life, what's good with your man, Sharon Moore? What's good with him?
Sharon. Well, I thought he was going to go Rivers over here.
No. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say
No,
Sharon
I don't.
Moore?
I don't.
Oh my goodness. Oh well, he doesn't have. He has he has a very valid excuse.
Oh, yeah, right.
Does he? He's Word Life. That's his excuse.
Yeah.
But it would have happened
That's
if I had a
that's
phone.
that's the illest trump card. Anyway, Flex, do you have any thoughts on Sharon Moore? It's Sharon Moore, right?
Oh, Michigan, right?
Yeah, Michigan coach Sharon Moore
There you
was
go. Yeah, I
fired,
did hear
then
that.
arrested for slamming into some blonde staffer, and apparently soliciting OnlyFans models on Instagram, and all kinds of other shenanigans.
Crazy. My son put me on.
My favorite thing about the Sharon Moore story is that it gave me a reason to go back and watch the post-game on-field interview where he was weeping and cursing. That's
Crying?
one of the
Oh my
all-time great embarrassments. And then he was like, "This is not enough of embarrassment. We gotta turn it up. We gotta turn this motherfucker up." So he went and embarrassed
So
himself. And
crazy.
just the one thing I will say, not to make fun of it, which I did, but in all seriousness, there's one thing about this story that bothers me the most. I mean, there's a lot of things that should bother a lot of people about this story, but the thing that bothers me is that this dude, do you understand? Like, I don't think people are even discussing this in the proper way, because they're talking about, oh, you know, Michigan, and they're looking at it through this college football lens. But to me, I look at it as head coach of University of Michigan football. That's probably a top 25 job in the country. And when I say top 25 job, I don't mean coaching job. Any job.
Right.
Any job, whether you're the fucking CEO or fucking Microsoft, whatever. Head coach of Michigan football is a top job in this country. You know, we always get those reports about how, you know, so-and-so head coach is the highest paid state employee and all this other bullshit. Head coach of Michigan, there's not a ton of American jobs that's better than that gig. And he stumbled his way into that gig after, you know, he got hired under Jim Harbaugh. And Jim Harbaugh brought in all kinds. I mean, now when you look back, Jim Harbaugh, he plays this goofy, all shucks Christian, you know, this scam he's running. He brought all kinds of thugs and goons and goofs in there with him into Michigan. And this is just another example of just these characters that just, I mean, seem to have no sort of moral compass. Um, and it's just crazy to me how this stuff works and continues to happen. But this brother, to blow a job like that,
Oh, brother.
and in that spectacularly embarrassing of a fashion, that really bothers me. That brother had a good job, man. A good job, good paying job.
A dream
And
job to most.
yeah, dream job, 100%. And he just blew it for what? And not only blew it, but from all the reports, I mean, it was gonna kill himself with a butter knife. Like, what you doing, bro? You gonna kill yourself with a butter
Not,
knife over some
not
blonde
only
pussy?
not
Come
only
on,
is
man.
it a
What's the matter
dream
with you?
job, you could take the job away from it. It's a dream life. Like, you threw away a dream lifestyle.
People
Like,
Yeah,
like you gotta
crazy.
realize
Because you don't know how
people
to
like
behave.
you. Yeah, people like you, like saying it from like speaking directly to him. How stupid do you have to be? What? But and I think that probably gets into. So it's a weird thing to say because uh, inflated egos and untouchable thing that doesn't just like him who says doesn't see color. That sort of belief doesn't see color like of like anybody put in that position is susceptible to feeling that way. But
yeah.
Right.
to be so stupid and out of touch to think that you are basically the same as Urban Meyer or John Harbaugh or any of these other white coaches
Thank
that
you.
can
That's You're
eventually
saying what I
sweep
wanted to
gets
say better than I did. Keep cooking. I'm sorry.
could get swept under the rug as if your name isn't Sharon Moore. There's no you're not Tony Dungy who goes out there and that gets the Christianity stuff and obviously his some of his MAGA beliefs or
Hmm.
anything like that. Where you have a long-standing relationship with white America that that you have that card in your back pocket to where if something were to come up and a situation where you were fired because of an inappropriate relationship and then that was it, you know what I'm saying, and then you go to the back burner, you take a couple jobs and then you show back up, you eventually get back into the coaching ranks. But to be a Sharon Moore, very very explicitly black looking, right, have that name, right, no real long history or big trajectory in terms of like your coaching life or trajectory or whatever, to be so arrogant, to think that you can repeatedly keep getting away with this stuff and then doubling down and then doing that clownish behavior, pretending like you're going to kill yourself to garner some sort of like some sort of justification where like people start like you think that people are gonna think that or feel sorry for you or think that you were justified in doing what you did, to throw that away and then have this public spectacle and does he honestly think that he was gonna A, get away with this once it was discovered, or B, able to recover from it? I don't know what is the most clownish, because the behavior in itself obviously is clownish, but the belief, I don't know what part of the belief schedule there is the most clownish of it.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to do too much on Sharon. You said it perfectly. I did want to address it just because it was something that bothered me, and you really elocuted everything that I was trying to say better than I did. And I think I'll just say this. For me, this is just another example of how, like, power, corruption, ego are undefeated. Like, we could sit here and be like, yo, how stupid is this guy? And I stand on that. I'm not going to say that there's no excuse for him to be so stupid. But this is why when it comes to these situations and we people get into this public discourse of, oh, well, is it okay to have in office relationships, or why can't the man do this and the man should be able to do that? This is why I don't be giving the man the benefit of the doubt ever, because I'm sorry, this is just too cookie cutter, happens the same way, the same style, the same level of stupidity, seemingly almost every time. And I'm just like, you get no benefit of the doubt from me anymore in in most cases, because I'm just like, this is just this, like, this whole thing feels like such an old scandal. Like, it just feels like so almost predictable that, like, oh, the football coach, it's just like, yo, nowadays, if you're still that intoxicated or whatever you want to call it, I feel like that's just a perfect example to me of proof that these dudes just can't control themselves, man. Discipline
Right.
is in short supply out here, and the pursuit of power and abuse of power and corruption of power and feeding of ego is just undefeated. Undefeated no matter what you have to throw away. This dude had a wife and I think 3 daughters. And you out here
Right.
with some foolishness when you got a chance you got an opportunity like that, and
You're
you
worried
just
about
you
hoes.
just got your head all inflated up. And I mean, it's just sad. We've seen it way too many times, and it's a shame that it's just a consistent cycle. And then the other thing that really bothers me about it, when this is one of the things, as much as I love sports, and we've talked about this before, this is a perfect example of another instance where fandom run amok, because you just see the conversation that's happening around this, and you see all these Michigan fans going after the girl, going after anybody who's reporting the details of what happened here, aggressively
See,
defending this indefensible situation on
it's a
behalf of
fucking
what? On
Adam
behalf of,
Schefter.
I want my fucking football team to score a touchdown? Like, have some fucking morals, man. Like,
Right, bro.
there's too many examples of people and using their fandom as a shield to just be fucking filthy, immoral fucking scumbags. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's just way too much of that, man. Like,
A
people need
fact.
to get some perspective. Like, I think it's worse in college than in any fandom, but that shit bleeds into professional sports too. It's like, yo, man, people need to get a hold of themselves when it comes to their fandom, and like, this is not your army. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, this is not some army that you need to be beholden to the fucking Michigan Wolverines, no matter
They're not
what
doing nothing for
immoral
you.
filth is going on. Like, people with their
Right.
sports fandom need to fucking check themselves, man. That shit is
Right.
nasty.
Yeah, that shit. I
A
was. Yeah,
fact.
it's funny you say that because I was thinking the same thing. It's like sometimes I'd be like thinking like, yeah, I'm a like a real fan, stuff like that. I got fucking sticker on my car. I rock green all the time. I got my Jets shit on, and then I see like I'll go online, and then I'll see the level of stupidity that people have and the shit that people say, that and the bully and it's the same thing as politics, but this is just more
100%.
split up teams.
Right.
It's just there's two teams when it comes to politics. There's a lot more teams here. So that's why you see it's fanaticism and just and like a cult, like a cult behavior where it's like I'm just gonna protect the shit that I like and that's it. Like nigga, like do that shit for your family. Do that shit for the people that you love.
Hmm.
Do like don't don't parse and try to depending on who does shit. That's when you get outraged, that determines whether you get outraged or not. It's
Yeah.
like when anything bad happens, like when the shooter or like what we were speaking of earlier, like the Charlie Kirk shooting, right? And like for example, that the guy, the I don't know if it was the governor of Utah or whatever, the director of the FBI of Utah.
Oh, I think it was the governor. I
It
know what
was
you're
like,
talking about.
yeah, and he's like, yeah, we were hoping that it
It
was,
wasn't one of
you know,
ours.
it wasn't
Yeah.
one of ours, but unfortunately, yeah. What the fuck matter if it's one of if it's not one of yours? It just
So you would have
all
celebrated
it
if it
does.
was the other
all
way
it
around.
does is solidify that that's all that matters, whether it's your guy or my guy, and what I can sell to the public. It has nothing to do with the actual situation, has nothing to do with like correcting anything, an issue that may have led to that, has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with like saving other people's lives. It has everything to do with how I can sell this to garner outrage that
Right.
that'll help
Offend.
me,
Right.
that'll help me either stay in office, get people that I like elected, that believe the same way as me. And it's the same shit. Like Adam Schefter would never go on if it was the or Urban Meyer or the coach of Ryan Day, the coach of Ohio State, and go on, and after you see all of this stuff going on and say, yeah, but we haven't heard Shamar Moore's side of the story. Nigga, who the fuck cares about their side of the story when you already know some of the details that happened? That shit is irrelevant.
Yeah.
The side
And
of the
as a
story is
Michigan
irrelevant
alum, he
when you have
probably knew these
facts.
details before everybody and more than
Exactly.
anybody. And that's the other thing that is shameful from the fandom to then the people in the organization who, from all accounts, the inappropriate relationship was well known. It was the worst kept secret, and everybody involved with Michigan athletics knew about it, but they were playing this, well, we got to wait and see. We can't fire him before the recruiting window and the portal. It's fuck out of here, man. Either you stand for something or you don't. Like
Right.
I'm so sick of people's bullshit manufactured allegiances and fandoms and team joining dictating how they moralize. Like either you stand for something or
Disgusting.
you don't. Like I'm just
Right.
mad sick of whether it's you're on Team Democrat, Team Republican, Team Michigan. Like I'm tired of that shit. I feel like people need to return to some sort of sense of fucking independence, or it should be, if anything, it should be one team in terms of the entire country.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't want to hear what you have to say because people just they make up their morals as in a case by case basis in terms of how it fucking benefits them and their quote unquote side. And the shit that I was seeing with the reaction to this Michigan thing, both from the Michigan alums and from the Michigan haters like Michigan State and Ohio State, it's just
Yeah, because
nastiness.
I'm sure when the Mel Tucker stuff came out, I'm sure they were feeling the same way, and Michigan was feeling differently when it happened to Mel Tucker. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo,
All these
dog.
programs are slimy. Nobody's out here with clean hands. Everybody who
Yeah.
has had a finger involved with college football, that finger smells like shit and has shit stains on it. Everybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, what
And,
school you support. The whole fucking thing is nasty.
and think about how much easier it is to get away with this shit if you're white.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, we won't focus too much
Right.
on that. Let's go right into the picks because we this is long overdue now. We're gonna go right into the draft, right into the against the spread draft. 3 picks, 1 pick for everybody. First pick is 3 points. Second pick is 2 points. Last pick is 1 point, plus a touchdown scorer bonus point, and then we'll do a money line parlay draft at the end. Currently, coming off of a big time week where Flex hits not only the money line parlay but also goes 2-1.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the one he got wrong was his beloved Jets, but you know that we understand how that pick happens.
You kind of expect it to,
Huh?
and you expected at certain points.
Expected you to pick the Jets or expected the
No, no, no,
Jets
no, no.
to
That to
play
happen
bad?
once I pick.
No, to tell you the truth, I expected to happen when I picked them because I've been so off on the Jets that
Right.
like that's why I've tried to. I only picked them one time against the Atlanta the last time or 2 weeks ago, just because it was too sweet of a spot. But I would have been. The only fear I had with that Dolphins game was just that they were getting a little too hot. It was getting a little too like, and not I don't say this because this is what I'm wishing, but it was just like it was a little too feel good. Things were getting a little too coming together, and it was just like maybe the vibes might be a little bit too much in that direction. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Very hard team to figure out. But Anyway, that was the only one that you got wrong. I missed on my 1 point, on my first pick, my 3 point pick. I had the Eagles. I think the Eagles are on the ban list now. And the crazy thing about that was nothing has frustrated me this season more than when I get a pick wrong and I lose a bet where every reason I took the bet still plays out, but somehow I still got the loss. Like that Eagles game, Jalen Hurts has been a lot of things. Mr. Turn the ball over all the time was never one of them. And that was the only way they were going to lose that game and not cover, because Justin Herbert very clearly could not function with either his broken hand or his surgically repaired hand. He was just as bad at playing quarterback, but Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense strikes again, and I get no cover. And unfortunately, Word Life, tough beat with the Cowboys. Commies at Minnesota was a tough one just because we didn't. You took that one, but I don't even know. I forget if we even knew if you were getting Jaden Daniels.
That's the thing. No,
question marks there. But then he played and then got hurt, right?
He played and then got hurt, and it was
but he played like shit anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's similar to what happened to you. It kind of went what you expected. I was expecting Daniels to play. I thought it was gonna be a boost and a change, and that shit was literally nothing.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, I think you had a good read with the Bears. You just got a bad number. They were, in that game, and they deserved to cover, but didn't.
Great game.
But yeah, so there we are. That's how we have it. The current standings: Flex above 500, 21, 20, and 1. I am now also above 500. Or am I at 500? Yeah, I'm at 500. 21 and 21. Word Life. Unfortunate situation. 12, 29, and 1.
It's crazy.
25 points. I'm at 47 points. Flex is at whatever 38 and a half plus 4 is 42 and a half points. So there we have it. So Flex will lead off. I will go second. Word Life will have the third pick, and then we'll bounce back snake draft style. So you have the full board aside from Thursday's game at your choosing, Mr. Flex. Where are you going this week?
I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this my 3 point, but since I was ridiculed for predicting a line similar to the one that I have now, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills favorites on the road against the New England Patriotas.
How is wait, hold on a second. Help me understand what you just said before about since you were ridiculed for what?
When we were picking the didn't I say I said the Bills would be favorites by 3 in this game a few weeks back?
No, you said New England would be favored.
I don't know about that, Jim.
No, 100%. That's what you were ridiculed for. As I told you that the Bills are going to be favored in that game, and you said New England was. The same way you said that Denver would be favored against Green Bay, and I said Green Bay was. Those were the two.
Well, yeah, I know that. Yeah, no, I know that one. That one's true, but I thought I had the Bills one.
Of course, you thought you had it right, but no.
We'll check the film later.
I don't gotta check the film. I have the look aheads right here in front of me for the last 2 weeks.
All right, so we'll go with the Bills. Not a big believer in the Patriots. The Patriots, I think they're they're coming off the bye. When I was watching that game against the Giants, I got a sense that there's a lot of players that are feeling themselves a little bit too much. Just the way they were playing, they were talking a lot, and it kind of felt like almost like what you just said about the Jets, where it's like the vibes were too good, and I think this is going to be a call back to reality where this is a big game for the Bills, And
Huge.
I don't know if the Patriots know that this is a big game because obviously they beat them already. At Buffalo, the number one, pretty, everybody's now sold on them. So coming off the bye, maybe that, they're coming off of a game, a couple weeks of not having to be in a big game, and I think the Bills, despite how they played the beginning, it kind of, it worked out for me obviously because even though they still won the game, I was able to cover. But that game flipped in an instant, and that looked like it was going to be an easy Bengals win. And to his credit, man, Josh Allen, started going crazy. The defense, the much maligned Buffalo Bills defense, flipped that game, man, and they were able to pull it out. I just think that the Bills are already in playoff mode, and I don't think the Patriots know what playoff mode is yet. Being a young team, and not that Vrabel is not accustomed to coaching in big games. He is, but the thing is how you translate it to the players on the field. I just think that they're gonna have a kind of a wake up call. Give me the Bills covering the 1.5 point spread in Foxborough. That's my 3 point pick.
Nice, nice.
Oh man, I wanted that pick. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take the Rams laying 6 against Detroit at home. Um, I think Detroit. Detroit has been a weird team this season. I came into this season expecting Detroit to kind of not be a playoff team. They started off the season poorly against Green Bay, but then they got kind of hot, beat a couple bad teams at home, blew them out. But I don't know, man. I don't think that this Detroit team is the Detroit team we've seen the last couple of years. And I also don't think this Rams team is the Rams team we've seen in the last couple of years. I think they're a level above. And at home, I know Detroit has had a little extra rest, having played on Thursday. I'm a little worried about that just from a health standpoint because they've been kind of banged up. But they're still banged up. The offensive line is still not the juggernaut that it's been the last couple of years. And I just feel like the Rams offense is really starting to hum, man. I mean, it feels like Matt Stafford is getting more chemistry with Devontae Adams by every passing week. Puka Nakua obviously is having a good year and obviously already has that built-in rapport. And I just think the Lions defensively are not going to be able to keep up. To be honest with you, I don't even know that the Lions would have handled the Cowboys the way that they did last week if it wouldn't have been for them losing CeeDee Lamb. I think that they're very reliant on CeeDee Lamb, and I feel like their offense changes up quite a bit when they don't have him in the lineup. They were able to get it cooking earlier this year with George Pickens only, but that was, if you look back, that was against a lot of bad teams and bad defenses. I think the Rams' defense has improved this year. I think they'll be able to put pressure up the middle against Goff. And as we know, nobody knows Goff better than Sean McVay. And this is a little bit of a revenge game type of thing for Goff, going back into L.A. against his former team. But I just don't know that at this point we're far enough removed. I just don't know that he's going to have that juice to him. I just don't think that these are two teams that are really even on the same level. I know it's a big number. I don't really love laying big numbers like that, but I just think that the Rams are a significant level above the Lions this season. And I think that they're going to – I think if it's less than a touchdown, I'm comfortable laying it with the Rams the way that they're playing right now. So I'll take the Rams, and I'll lay the 6.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
I was so mad about that because Devontae Adams, Matt Stafford tried to throw the touchdown to Devontae Adams so badly on that first drive where they ended up kicking a field goal, and then he didn't go back to him in the end zone again for the rest of the game. Cost me $600. Sorry.
Damn.
Well, it caused you the opportunity to make $600. It didn't
Yeah.
cost you $600.
Well, that's the only thing I needed.
No, I
Damn.
understand. I understand what you're saying, but there's a big difference between it costing you $600 and you had
Yeah,
$600 on
I didn't
that.
have to. Yeah, I didn't have to take $600 out of my pocket. No.
Yeah. And I didn't get to see any of the good football last weekend because I was at MetLife Stadium watching that direct.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
dread
man.
Life Stadium.
All right, man. With my 3 point pick, I'm gonna do it on guard here, and I'm gonna go with the
Lions.
Patriots.
Oh no!
No, the Patriots.
Wow.
Um, the
Thank you.
Bills, man. Yo, I know this is desperate times, but I know this is when they gotta get it together. The Patriots defense is real, man. I know they haven't played the top dogs out there, but they stopped the run well, and that secondary is playing well, and they're coached phenomenal. Like Vrabel is a top coach, bro. We know that he's a top two coach in the league, in my opinion.
Top
I mean
two. Who's won?
I mean that's just favoritism. I mean I like your boy from the
Mike
Rams.
Kafka.
I like yeah, right, Kafka. Um, Anyway, you guys don't interrupt. I know my picks suck, man, but so you guys feel like you can interrupt me and fucking
No,
badly
I
because
just
I
no, you.
suck at
That's just
this
I
and I
didn't
only
hear.
got 12
I didn't
fucking
know that
wins.
Vrabel was top two. I
12,
thought Reed and McVay, your boys.
12 and 29. I
You
deserve to
surprised
be
me with that.
interrupted every line.
I
Every
apologize. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
nah, I just fuck around. I just wanted to get my thoughts in order. But nah, he's up there, man. I think Vrabel's a great fucking coach. I'm fucking jealous that the Patriots got him and that he was, he's a big part of their turnaround, bro. Like,
Oh,
at
100.
least
He
I
is their
believe that.
turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah, he is their
Yeah.
turnaround. So, I think he's gonna have them ready for this game. I love Christian Gonzalez. I think they have the potential to make them one dimensional. And the Bills have been washy, man. They're like at home, they're good, and then like away they're not that good. Like they got smacked by Miami in Miami. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they
They got smacked
who
by
else?
Atlanta and Atlanta.
And exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like um they're back and forth, but I feel like they're better at home than they are a lot better at home than they are as a away team. So um I don't know. I think the Patriots defense and the Vrabel will make them one dimensional and put everything on Allen and and Patriots cover that number. I think they flat out win, but we'll see. I don't know.
You like a Mexican cornerback?
Colombiano. All right.
Same thing, right?
Right. With my 2 point pick, I know someone's gonna go the opposite here, and I probably should go the opposite here
I
because
can't
he's.
wait for this. This is
But
my
I'm gonna
favorite
go.
when you do this with the picks. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I live
I
for
do it
this
every
shit.
pick. Every pick, I like the other
No,
team.
but you this I could feel there's a special one coming. You have some special one.
Well, this is a special one here because I'm going against. I think a team that me and H both liked coming into the season. But anyway, this team has done well for me. I'm gonna go with the home dogs, the Denver Broncos, getting 2.5.
Wow.
The Packers are riding high, bro, but I'm not sold, man. Like I feel like if you can get physical with them, you have a shot. And one thing Denver's gonna do defensively is be physical with them. Um, yeah, um, and Jordan Love, man, I like. Is he gonna be able to deliver that ball in the tight coverage? Like he's been playing like his best performances is man on with a man defense. Offensively driven teams. This is a Denver team that that's more defensive. They got to they're gonna have a scheme for him, and I don't know. I think that 2.5. I think they could cover that. I want to say that they flat out win, but I feel like the Packers might pull that off at the end. But give me Denver as my 2 point pick.
Love it. I like that pick.
Thank you, sir.
But I don't know which one you I don't know what was your original pick.
No, I didn't have an original pick. I just like there's three teams here. This I have four picks here left, and they're both was like I could go either way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if like you were trying to pick against your own pick.
Oh, no, no. But I was talking myself into picking the Packers, but I stayed with
Oh,
my
okay.
original.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna hate myself for making this pick, but there's not a lot of there's not a lot of dogs I love on the board right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take the Steelers, laying the
Mm.
3 Monday night. Steelers have an amazing record at home on Monday nights. There's a lot of trends that point to this being a good Steelers spot, but the one thing that I will say, when you go to a football game, you miss a lot. You miss a lot. There's a lot that you don't see, but there's certain things that you do see that you don't see
I
at
love
home.
this. Yeah.
And you know what I saw? The Dolphins are not good, man. Like, they blew the Jets out, and they did not play well. Tua was terrible. He was desperate to turn the ball over in his own end zone. The Jets just couldn't find a way to just solidify whether it was a fumble recovery or interception. I mean, Tua was giving it away. He was so bad in that game. It's a miracle that they ended up winning and winning by margin the way that they did. I mean, let's just put it this way. I was at MetLife Stadium. I signed up for Tua and Tyrod Taylor. Ended up getting Brady Cook and fucking couple Zach Wilson snaps. I mean,
Crazy.
whew, maybe all my
Revenge
picks
game.
are gonna be wrong because I'm just so distorted from what I saw last Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That you, it's hard to come back from that.
But I will say, Tua really looked bad, man. If you watch that game, he really looked bad. I was surprised at how bad he is, and I'm not a big Tua guy. I don't think Tua has two good cold weather games in a row in him. And not even that he had one, but I don't think that the Dolphins in general have two good cold weather games in them. I don't love that T.J. Watt's probably not going to play. There's a lot of things not to love about the Steelers. Believe me, we've talked about them quite a bit all season long. But I just feel like, speaking of teams that are riding high and are set for a come down, I think the Dolphins are probably near, if not at the top of the list at this very moment going into Week 15 of teams that are due for a come down, due for a letdown. I just think that's a tough spot for the Dolphins. I think it's a much different defense that they're going to be facing. I'm concerned about the Steelers' ability to put the ball in the end zone because Rodgers is just so unbelievably cooked and burnt, and he's like when you gotta clean a grill and you need the metal brush with the spike with the sharp to get that. That's where Rodgers is the black on the grill spokes. He's
That's
so
nice.
cooked, but the way I saw Tua fucking bumbling the ball around, the Steelers D is going to score a touchdown Monday night. There's no way that he got
Wow.
away with all that foolishness 2 games in a row. He's due for a pick six. I'm going to take the Steelers. I'll lay. It's only 3. It was 3.5. Now that it's 3, I feel good about it. I might not have taken it and laid the hook with the 3, but I think the Steelers, now that they have sort of new life breathed into their season after beating the Ravens and sort of taking a little bit of a command of their controlling their own destiny when it comes to winning the division. I think they showed us that the Tomlin spot is still not fully dead, even though I thought it was dead. I may regret this, but I'm going to take the Steelers. I just don't feel like the Dolphins are nowhere near what they have been playing as. I think they've been playing above their weight class, and I just think that the Steelers' defense is going to plus, where are we with Devon Achane? Because he left that last game with a rib injury. I don't even know what his availability
he's
is either.
questionable, but he's
If they're
questionable. I
without
think.
him, then they're even bigger trouble. So, and even if he plays, even if he's a little bit banged up, I think that plays in the favor So yeah, I'll take the Steelers
Jalen
and lay the
Ramsey
3.
revenge game.
Yeah, that's right. Jalen Ramsey revenge game. Unfortunately, Brian Flores is no longer on the Steelers defensive staff, because that'd be a revenge game for him too. But
Mm.
Fitzpatrick revenge game.
yeah, but isn't he injured?
Oh, I don't.
I don't think he played in that. Did he play in that Jets game? I don't think he did.
I don't. No, I don't think he did.
Yeah,
-3, right? Steelers.
yeah.
Alrighty. So for my 2 point pick, like you said, there's not a lot of underdogs I like, so I'm gonna go with a pretty big favorite here, based off what I saw from your 3 point pick, and that's the Houston Texans, giving 9.5 to the Arizona Cardinals. Um, for how many for how much points, yards, um, and like the credit that Jacoby Brissett is given to being the offensive upgrade over Kyler Murray, there's absolutely no way to show that in terms of results and win loss record. It's such a like it just feels like when Jacoby Brissett plays, it's such empty points and empty stats because no matter what the situation is, they always end up losing. It's the same thing everywhere he goes. It's just, I know, I guess it's kind of better because the offense feels better about themselves, but I don't know what it is, man. And if the way that the Rams were able to bounce back from their performance against the Packers and absolutely dominate while also taking their foot off the gas against this Cardinals defense, I just think it's a good game for CJ Stroud and the Houston offense to kind of um, try to get the ball rolling. And um, and I don't know what this offense is going to do against the Cardinals offense is going to be able to do against this Texans defense. Um, the way that they play, man, just there's always like they're very chaotic. There's always people flying around. You got uh what's dude's name that always getting suspended? Al Shazier.
Yeah.
He's on the sidelines doing praying, and and you just got Will Anderson, and you got obviously their cornerbacks are great. I just feel like um this is a team that's going to cause havoc against this offense. And I think that the Houston Texans offense is going to be able to move the ball against the Cardinals. Um, I don't know. I think that it's one of those things where they kind of mail it in. Now we got your boy Johnny G. It sounds like he might be on his way out.
Johnny G.
So yeah, I just think it's a disappointment all around. And for how much better everybody was saying that Jacoby Brissett is um, over Kyler Murray, I don't see it translate on the field. So give me the Houston Texans. I given that 9.5 as my 2 point pick
Hmm.
for my 1 point pick. I'm gonna have to go back to the well and select the Dallas Cowboys, giving 5.5 at home against the Minnesota Vikings, led by nine them boys. Um, granted, I guess by all accounts, JJ McCarthy had a good bounce back game, but how much that clouded by the baseline of Brosmer's game before that. Um, and this, the Cowboys defense has improved, especially up the middle after acquiring uh Quinn Williams, and I think just in general a bit better. Um, and they kind of blew it last week or whatever. Um, but I still think that this offense is always going to score points, and I don't. If it's a if it's a game where you're going to need JJ McCarthy to score points, I don't see him doing that in this situation because obviously we've seen how bad he is. We have way more proof that he's bad to eliminate all of that coming off a decent game. Um, obviously off a bad defense that he went against in the Commanders. So yeah, 1 point pick. Give me the Dallas Cowboys over JJ McCarthy and them boys.
Nice.
All right. J.J. McCarthy and them boys. Oh man, I don't want to take all favorites, but these dogs are not barking at me this week. Fuck it. I'll take a dog. Ah, no, I can't do that. All right. Oh, goddamn. All right. I'm gonna take. Oh man, what's the weather like outside for you right now, Cheeks?
It's
Or more importantly, what kind of weather are we expecting on Sunday? Do you know?
no, I think it'll be cold in the morning and pretty nice in the afternoon. Around, I'll say it'll be fucking 60 around 1 o'clock.
All right. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the Jets. I'm gonna take
Whoa,
the Jets. I'll take the 13 and a half. It's just a humongous number. I don't think the
Yeah,
Jets
you
are
like
as
Brady
bad
Cook
as
that
they
much.
showed last week. Brady Cook was the best quarterback I saw on Sunday. So, I mean, it's not saying much, but I
Real
don't think he
quick,
was that bad. And to be fair to Brady Cook, I like Brady Cook a lot more with a week of prep than I do being randomly, unexpectedly thrown in because Tyrod Taylor has his annual Tyrod Taylor groin injury. Go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
especially because he was no, especially like being the backup for the first time, and then like you going out there and you're like, oh man, this is what it's like to be in the show, and then all of a sudden, 2 plays later, they're like, yo, it's go out there and make it happen. It's I guess it's an impossible situation. But the other thing I wanted to say when you were talking about the Dolphins game, despite the Jets being blown out, it still felt the whole time like they were 2 plays away from getting back into the game. As ridiculous as that sounds, um, because of how bad I felt like the Dolphins were playing.
Yeah, it did feel that way. I mean, the only reason that I was like, the Jets are never going to get back in this game. Again, I'm not trying to shit on Brady Cook, but it was just because like throwing him in there like that, down 3 touchdowns, it was just going to be too much of a uphill battle, and the Jets just could not stop the run, man. Like that was the worst thing about watching that game live was they went up big early, and then the rest of the game was just a plodding, slow. It was
And
just
it wasn't even Achan.
it wasn't Achan, and it's funny because it wasn't Achan, which I don't even know. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Jalen Wright, right?
Jalen
yeah.
Wright, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from him because I know he has speed, but it wasn't even like you were getting explosive runs. It was
Yeah.
just 3 yards, 8
Six
yards,
yards.
5 yards, 2 yards, 6 yards. Like it was just, and it was like to
Like
sit
hammering
there.
a nail.
Yo, it was brutal. It was brutal to sit there through that. But I think the Jets. I think they'll have a little bit more pride on defense. I would like to think. I don't. I thought that Brady Cook looked okay. He didn't look. I mean, he definitely wasn't helped out by all the drops that the receivers had. All of them, including Mason Taylor. They had a lot of bad drops. They didn't do him any favors in that regard. And again, like we said, he didn't have any time to prep. I don't know what he's gonna be. But one thing I do know is Jags will not be able to prepare for him. What are they going to do? They're not going to watch the tape from last week. They can't get shit from that. So there's an element of surprise there. There's a little bit of an element of Jets wanting to bounce back, and at least from a defensive standpoint, it shows some pride. And there's also just the added aspect of I just still am not quite sold on the Jags, man. I just don't. I mean, I think that they were very fortunate that they got to take on Indianapolis last week. I mean, I did pick them as home dogs, but that was because I knew Daniel Jones is playing with a broken leg. And I just felt like if he didn't inevitably end his season, he shouldn't have even been out there, to be honest with you. Like, playing with
Yeah,
that broken leg
that's
like
crazy.
that was a big mistake.
And that's
Like,
what
people were
that's what
just
caused the Achilles.
yeah, like they were just throwing that out there, like, oh, he's playing with a fractured fibula. Like that shit is. I mean, I
Nothing.
understand that we look at football players like they could play through anything, but like, I know you could shoot yourself up and wrap it tight, and nah, man, you can't be out there with no broken leg. So that was it. I feel like they were kind of handed a gift last week. I don't think they're gonna be given anything like that from the Jets. Now, listen, maybe Brady Cook turns the ball over a ton of times and I get murdered, but big number like that, a bounce back spot for the Jets, a little bit of a sleepy spot for the Jags. They have more important games coming up after this that'll be more consequential to the division. So, I don't know that the Jets win the game with Brady Cook, but. And maybe I'm making the same mistake I did a couple weeks ago when I went with the old undrafted free agent rookie with the Vikings, thinking that the defense could keep it close. Maybe I end up, maybe Brady Cook gives me another one of these goofy, underhanded interceptions like Brosmer did. But maybe that lightning won't strike twice, and maybe he does what I expected Brosmer to do. So I will take the Jets. And he's even getting more points. Brosmer was in that game up until he wasn't, and he was only getting 11.5. I'm getting 13.5, so I'll take the points with the Jets.
Nice. All right, man. I haven't been doing this all year.
Do it. I know where you're going.
Since I don't got a horse in this race at all anymore, as much as I probably should. I'm
Oh,
gonna go
maybe I
with
don't
my
know what you're doing.
no. I'm gonna go with the New York Giants at
I
home
know it.
against Washington
Wow.
Commanders.
Wow.
Um.
I wish I would have known. I would have unguarded you.
Oh damn. Um. I have no idea why I'm doing
There's
this. I
always the
think
money line parlay.
right there. There you go. I think I don't know, man. Washington just let me down, and this is my payback. Fuck them. And I think, uh, and I don't know. The Giants are still trying to play. They want to show. Dart wants to show his capability. Um, you know, Kafka. He definitely he's not gonna be here. I think the guys. I think certain guys like him. Um,
Not gonna be
he
here.
they
Oh,
just
speaking of
showed
that,
of
before I forget, have you watched any of the
yeah.
Hard Knocks? I was interested
I
in seeing Kafka there.
You know what's funny? I'm waiting for it. I didn't know it started already, but
Yeah, it started last week. There are
I
two
did
episodes in.
see. Gotcha. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I did see the motivational or lack of motivation speech that he gave. Shh, that was bad. Son has yo. That's up there with missiles or bombs or how did you guys get here? Yeah,
Explosives.
explosives. Right. Yo, it was bad. It was
Shroom,
like
shroom,
he tried to
shroom.
use like curse words that he felt like bad, like naughty about saying or some shit. Like,
Ooh.
like he was like, F, he was like, freaking F it, guys, fuck it. I was like, what the fuck?
Think it.
Yo, Goose was like looking around like, the fuck? It's like the pastor just cursed and shit. But anyway, yeah, I think, and I don't know, man. Freaking, it should be a good game. But as far as guys going after each other and banging it out, but I don't know. Washington let me down big. The Giants just coming off a bye week, so give me the Giants with my 1 point picks. Not much of analysis there.
All right, Moneyline Parlay. Kick it off.
Moneyline parlay. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I don't like to double down. I think we're staying away from that. Let me go. Give me the Bengals, man.
Bengals.
The
Golly
Bengals.
gee, golly gee whiz.
Bengals.
Wait.
I was
Golly
thinking
gee
about
whiz, guys. You guys
Bengals.
gotta go out there and
I will take the Bills.
the Bills.
I will take the Broncos,
Ooh,
and I'll take the Giants.
nice.
Wait, you took the
Since you
Broncos and the
guys,
Giants, you said?
Yeah.
yeah, we took the
Denver
Bengals.
and NYG. Um, and who did you take again? I'm sorry.
I
Uh,
took
The,
you took
the
the
Bengals.
Bengals.
the Bengals.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew that.
I will take the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh. My go, right? I'll go. Give me this. Damn, I really don't want to. Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Oh,
Then I go again? No.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Give me the Steelers and Green Bay.
Steelers and Green Bay and Cincinnati. Add them all up, and that gives you Cincinnati, Green Bay, the Steelers. Steelers Monday night. Where the fuck are they at? Right there. Boom. Plus 523. 523.
Steelers,
523 on the parlay.
Bengals, and
Okay, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Who do I have left here? I got Buffalo. I got Kansas City, and I will also take the.
Won't do it.
the Washington Commanders.
No,
Won't do
no.
it.
I thought about it, but I'm not going to. Because I really want to cash this one. I will take. I'll take Houston.
Mm.
And I will take.
That's not gonna be too heavy, but it's something.
I will take the Saint Rooney's.
Ooh,
My Saints.
Wow.
I like that pick.
Going back to back with the Saints. Lightning striking twice. Saints,
Uh-oh.
Denver, Giants. Giants are the only favorite you have. Plus 709. And mine is Buffalo, Kansas City, and Houston. Um, and let's go right into the You want to do the look aheads?
Sure.
All right. So look aheads. Week 17, Dallas Dallas at Washington.
Hmm. Yeah, I go first. I
Dallas
don't
minus
know.
4.5.
Dallas minus 4.5.
Dallas gonna be fighting still, right? Or something? Probably. Um,
Well, it depends. If they lose and the Eagles win, I think they're done. But I don't think
okay.
anyone expects that to happen. So
We're at Washington, you said? My fault.
yes.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, I like that. Four. I go four. Minus four for Dallas.
Okay. I'll go 5.5. I'll go minus 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit at Minnesota.
Detroit at Minnesota. I'll say Detroit 5.5.
Detroit minus 5.5.
Go Detroit minus 3.
I'll go Detroit minus 6.
Mm,
Denver at Kansas City. Denver could put the nail in the coffin right there.
damn.
I'm gonna go Kansas City minus 3.5.
I'm gonna take minus 2.5. Kansas City.
Kansas.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
gonna be
go
interested
Kansas.
to see how they what that opening line is.
I'll say 3. Kansas City, -3.
Because I agree with you that I would say it should be 2.5, but I just feel like they're very reluctant. The books are very reluctant to give you KC less than 3.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get a lot of 2.5 -2.5 favorites with KC. But we'll
Yeah.
see. Plus, they're at home. I think they were -3.5 on the road at Denver. I mean, they lost that game, but they were favored. Houston at the Chargers.
Ooh. Houston -3.5.
Yeah. Give me Houston -3 as well.
Well, I said 3.5.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to add more words.
Oh,
So you're going -3 or 3.5?
yeah.
Three,
I'm
three.
confused. Okay.
3.
I'm
Okay.
3. He's 3.5.
You're 3. He's 3.5. I'm gonna go 1.5. Baltimore at Green Bay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go Green Bay -3.5.
I say Green Bay 2.5.
I say Green Bay -4.
Pittsburgh at Cleveland.
Pittsburgh -5.5.
I'm gonna go -6.
Um, yeah, 5 sounds good. Pittsburgh -5.
New England at the New York Jets.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go New England -9.5.
I got 10.5.
Yeah, I think bigger. 11.5.
New Orleans at Tennessee. I'm gonna go New
Oh,
Orleans -2.5.
Yeah. I got
that
-3.
sounds good.
New
I
Orleans
like that.
-3.
New Orleans 2.5. I agree with you. I like that.
Jacksonville at Indianapolis. I'm gonna go Jacksonville
Shit.
-7.5.
Yeah, it depends if Philip Rivers is dead yet or not.
I was about
Yeah,
to
that's
say
the
if Phil-
thing. I don't really know. I'm just trying to read it based off of the first Philip Rivers line.
Hmm.
I mean, they
Yeah, I
made
think
Philip Rivers a 13.5, or is it 13 or 12? Either way, either 13 or
13.
12.5
13
road
and a half.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much.
I feel like maybe they'll
um,
get a little bit more respect at home if he
I,
plays well.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
I
think
don't know.
that's a. I
It's a
think
tough one to call.
that's a
Yeah.
9.5 one for me. Jaguars.
Yeah, I think Jags 8.5.
Tampa Bay at Miami.
I say Tampa Bay 6 -6.
I think it's a short. I think Tampa Bay -1.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay.
Because they haven't been playing
I'm
good
gonna say
either, man.
Tampa Bay -3.5.
They put me at 1.5. I think it's one is a little bit too low. Too high.
Seattle at Carolina.
Mm.
I'll go
At
Seattle
Carolina.
-8.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I like 8.5.
Seattle at Carolina. Yeah. Let's go -9.
Arizona at Cincinnati.
At Cincy. Oof. Cincy
Minus
5.5.
Cincinnati -6. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Cincy
Let me
five
see
and a
what it
half.
was.
5.5 and 6.
I said 6. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna go 6 as well. New York Giants at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I don't even know.
That's a pick 'em. No, but I think Giants -2.5.
Yeah.
I just
about
think
right.
that was a disaster. Oh, do 1.5. I think Giants -1.5.
I say Giants.
I'm gonna go
My,
-2.
yeah. I like 2.5. Probably more. Probably
Philadelphia at Buffalo.
Wow.
I'm gonna go Buffalo -1.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1.
But it's interesting because I feel like that game is played this week. I view it one way, but if Buffalo wins and like the Eagles don't look good against Las Vegas, I think it could be a bigger spread for Buffalo
We said at Philly.
at Buffalo.
No,
Ooh.
Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo 2.5. -2.5.
And what was yours, Flex?
I believe
One.
1.
1. Chicago at San Francisco.
Oof. Damn, that's a tough one.
I'm gonna go San Francisco
San,
-4.5.
San Francisco -3.
Really? Minus?
You think Chicago's gonna be favored on the road in San Francisco?
Not. Could be. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Damn. I want to go Bears, bro. Give me Bears -1. Fuck it.
All right, so when I want consistency here. So when inevitably San Francisco is the home favorite, you have to
Right.
pick the Bears, right? As logic would have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go. And last but not
Might as
least,
well.
Carolina at Atlanta.
Atlanta -2.5. That should be bigger than that, right?
I don't think Atlanta's going to be favored in that game.
Yeah.
Really?
What the fuck has Atlanta done to be favored against anybody?
He's got AIDS.
Shit.
Carolina's going to win the division. What the fuck is Atlanta doing?
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I think.
What, just because they
Carolina-
beat Tampa Bay last night?
Well, in the
I mean,
fashion-
listen, this could change. If Carolina gets
Yeah.
smacked by New Orleans, then
Right,
it's
right, right,
different.
right.
But based off of the information I have now, I don't see how Atlanta's favored in that game.
That's true.
Carolina
I don't know if you
-1.
remember, but Atlanta got shut out by Carolina.
Right, by by Carolina, right? Yeah, you're right. Damn, Carolina. Wow, I'm just not used to seeing Carolina as a favorite,
They're a road favorite in New Orleans this week.
right? Shit.
I'm gonna go Carolina -1 in that one.
Yeah, that sounds.
So I feel
about
like
right.
if they're 2.5-point favorites in New Orleans, all things the same, I think they'll be a 1-point favorite in Atlanta.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You got when I said that, or no?
No, what'd you say?
Carolina. I said Carolina -1 earlier.
Oh, all right,
well.
yes, we're on the same. You staying with that or are you changing?
Yeah, no, I'll go with you.
No. What are you going with?
I'll go with Carolina -1.
Oh, okay.
We're not trying to bully you. Pal.
Yeah,
No, it
I
makes sense. Trust me, it makes sense.
All right. And that does it for the Week 17 look ahead. A recap of the Week 16. I don't know where I got to check and see where the lines actually are. because that's next week. But all the lines are here for next week, right? Do we already have them or no? Yeah, we have them. All right. So last but not least, week 16. Look ahead. Where are we at? Rams at Seattle. The line is Rams are 1.5-point dogs. I had them as 1.5-point favorites. Flex and I had the same thing. Word Life had them as 2.5-point favorites.
That's crazy.
So we were off on that. We were all off on that one. Philadelphia at Washington. Flex had Washington +4. Word Life had Washington +3.5. I had Washington +6. It is Washington +5.5. Green Bay at Chicago. Flex had Green Bay -2.5. Word Life had Green Bay -5. I had Green Bay -2.5. It is Green Bay -3.
Nice.
New York Jets at the New Orleans Saints. Flex had Jets -4.5. Word Life had Jets -1.5. I had Jets +1. It is Jets +3.5.
Wow.
Yeah, Brady Cook, you know.
I don't know if that's a Brady Cook line. You think that's a Brady Cook line?
No.
No, I'm serious. I think maybe it
Yeah,
might
I
have
don't-
to do with it. I just think you made that pick with your green colored glasses on, thinking that the Jets will be more than a field goal favorite against anybody on the road this year.
Yeah. And to our defense, they were just, it was off a win, I think, off a Jets win too. No.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it was, but even if it was, I don't know. Anyway, next, Buffalo at Cleveland. Flex had Buffalo -9.5. Word Life, Buffalo -6.5. I had Buffalo -7. The line is Buffalo -8.5. So Flex is the closest one there. KC at Tennessee. I had Flex had KC -8. Word Life had KC -9. I had KC -9.5. It is KC -10.5. New England at Baltimore. Flex had Baltimore -1.5. Word Life, New England -2.5. I had Baltimore -2.5. It is. These shits are out of order now. Where the fuck is it? It is Baltimore -1.5. Flex nails it. Chargers at Dallas. Word Life had Chargers -1.5. Flex had Dallas -3.5. And I had Dallas -3. And it is Dallas -2.5. Minnesota at the Giants. Flex had Minnesota -2.5. Word Life had Minnesota -2.5. I had Minnesota -4.5. It is Minnesota -1.5. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Flex had Tampa Bay -4. Word Life had Tampa -2.5. I had -4.5. It is. Where is it? It is -1.5. So Word Life is the closest there. Jacksonville at Denver. Flex had Denver -4.5. We all had more -4.5. We all had the same thing. What is it? It is Denver minus. Oh no, that's wrong.
3.
What am I looking at? Oh yeah. Are you looking at it too? Yeah, -3. Okay.
Yeah, I just looked at it. Minus.
Atlanta at Arizona. Flex had Atlanta -2. Word Life, Atlanta -2. I had Atlanta +2.5. It's Atlanta +1.5.
Nice.
Vegas at Houston. Flex had Vegas +8.5. Word Life had Vegas +3.5.
I remember there was one terrible one. There's
Yeah,
one bad.
Vegas,
One.
Vegas plus 3.5. I had Vegas plus 9.5. It's Vegas plus 12.5. Oh
Jeez.
man, it's funny.
That's why I don't
Pittsburgh,
go first anymore.
Pittsburgh at Detroit. Flex had Detroit minus 3.5. I had Detroit minus 3.5. Word Life had Detroit minus 4.5. It is Detroit minus 6. Is that a 6? Yeah, minus 6.5. Cincinnati at Miami. I had Cincinnati minus 5.5. Word Life had minus 4. Flex had minus 2.5. It is minus 1.5. So Flex gets that one. San Francisco at Indianapolis. Flex had Indianapolis. Yeah, I think this was a Daniel Jones line. This
Yeah.
had to be a Daniel
That was
Jones line.
pre-Daniel Jones.
I had Indy minus 2. You had Word Life had Indy minus 2.5. Flex had Indy minus 1. I'm sure none of those are even close. It's San Francisco minus 6.5.
Great.
So the Phillip Rivers line got us all fooled.
Well, it's gonna change because now they're gonna see. They didn't think
gonna
it was
see him
it was
ball
Phillip Rivers. They thought it was gonna be. Who knows? But now
I
that
thought
they
it was
see,
gonna be Chris Rivers. Last but not least, I forgot it last week, but we squeezed it in. Little TikTok picks. All right, first pick for the box, 3 points. Speaking of Chris Phillip Rivers, the box loves the Colts with Rivers in the comeback as a dog.
nice.
Second pick for the box. Oh no, scary for Flex. Good news for Word Life. New England Patriots, second pick for the box. And last but not least, third pick for the box. No more buys, right? We've finished buys. Buys were done last week, no? I think so. I think there's no more buys. Last but not least, last pick. Oh, look at that shit.
The Jets.
Jets, Jets. Last pick for the box. So, we have the Colts, the Pats, and the Jets. Rounding out the picks, the box still dominating, unfortunately for everybody involved who is not picking with the box. The box, damn. Box had a rough week last week, but box is still 4 games above by 500. So, and there you have it. Those are the picks. We got to work in the morning. Adios, amigos. Sayonara.
Hold on.
Black.
I want to put this. I want to do a quick question. Quick question. Just something to ponder for next week before anybody else thinks of it. This is for Cheeks.
Uh-oh.
You know, the Giants currently have the number 1 overall pick.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Maybe Siobhan Moore can come coach the Giants. Imagine. That'd be sick. That'd be
fire.
I know the Giants, they believe in Jackson Dart and, whatever, everything. Mm-hmm. Would you consider, instead of trading the pick, number 1 overall pick, if you were to stay with it, keeping the number 1 overall pick, taking Fernando Mendoza, and trading Jackson Dart.
And just make Jackson Dart running back because that's what he's been playing anyway.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Kick returner for that. You know what's funny? I haven't deeply thought about it.
No, but I interrupted. Flex, what was how finish that? Maybe I missed it.
Trading
Dart.
So instead of trading the pick, so we see the situation. Jackson Dart's been getting hurt. He's got a couple concussions. Now on the docket. He's been. It seems like he's stubborn to change the way he plays.
Wait, but man, hold on a second. You of all people shouldn't even be asking this question.
What do you mean?
Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah, he's projected to be the number 1 overall pick.
but he's a runner
Let me
too.
let
No?
me repeat that name to you. Fernando Mendoza, quarterback of the Giants.
Yeah, but I mean, you have if you hear him talk,
True.
the Fernando Mendoza
I know,
that's
but
when I was that's you know what that is? That Fernando Mendoza is the guy on Univision telling you how all the how all the black people are and all the immigrants are doing all the because that's him. That's that guy. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? So I
he's
know
like Nick
it's
Fuentes.
yeah, exactly.
right.
I know it's a you guys like Jackson Dart,
Well, I'm gonna tell you the
but do you
truth.
trade?
I,
I'm saying
yeah,
there's a lot
a
of
great
teams.
question.
The Rams have 2 first-round picks.
Hmm.
You give them Jackson Dart. You take Fernando Mendoza, kind of reset a little bit, and take that off. Take
I,
the injury
I'll tell you
stuff
one thing.
out.
I don't think the Giants will do that. First of all, because they got their Ole Miss blonde-haired quarterback, so that fits everything. That checks every box that the organization
Now, do
wants.
they go get Nate Lane Kiffin? That's the question.
I
Speaking
don't
of
think
Ole
they will.
Miss,
Mm, something
I
to
don't
ponder.
know. That'd be crazy. I don't know. I haven't really thought that deep, but I mean, I've heard his name a few times. But as far as the trade, no, I don't think they will. But I would like to, if we stay with the number one pick, I'd like to trade out of there. But I
That's
I
not
mean, if you bring in a new
easy.
regime like GM and coach, and he
wait,
feels
but let
that
me
way,
ask you this:
but
which of those do you think has a bigger return? You think you get more for trading the number one overall pick to somebody who wants to draft Dart or wants to draft Mendoza, or do you think you get more for Dart?
oh, that's a good question, man. I think the
I think you
pick
get
has
more for the pick.
Yeah, I think it has more for it.
I,
But there is something to say about a player that, even though he hasn't fully proven himself, but to a lot of people he has. But in my reality, he hasn't proven himself completely. But there is something to say that he's shown that he's
that
capable
the
of
No,
being.
I
buzz.
agree with you. I just
Yeah.
just based off of what I've seen, like the
No, I agree.
mentality that I've seen a lot of these GMs have, I feel like they rather draft their own guy than draft the guy that's proven. Like there's some
Right.
I
I
feel like
think
it's
that
a
goes
stupid strategy, but I feel like there's always this hunger for the fantasy, for the what for the unknown.
right for the unknown. But I feel like there's also people that will be the opposite. I'll be like, well, this is more proven. Oh, they'll go with the
And you
with
also get
okay,
one more additional year under rookie contract, which is I
right,
know a lot of
which is
GMs
huge.
factor
But
that in when it comes to
I, th-
quarterback.
I feel like we always go with what the ranking was coming out of college. Like every year is like, where would you have ranked him last year? Where would you have ranked? So I think that carries over, and the fact that Mendoza is the number one overall, and Dart was projected second round or late first. I think that has a lot to say. That plays a big part in it. We probably get more for that pick than anything else. But
I just think the last thing I'll say just for you to give it thought. I just think that if you do that, like if you're able to trade Jackson, let's say to a team like the Rams that has two
love
first
them.
round
Hmm.
picks and one is high, obviously one's going to be low, and it kind of
And the
it kind
rumor
of feels
has
like
it that
Jackson.
what's the name likes him.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. It seems like he would get along with McVay.
Right. McVay was
You're
supposedly
able,
the guy that liked him.
so you're able to get, let's say, you're able to get your quarterback swapped out because you're still keeping the number one pick. So you're
Hmm.
swapping out the quarterback. So that hasn't changed. But
Hmm.
you're getting 2 first round draft picks to add to, maybe you get a left tackle wide receiver that you can stack with neighbors. And then the situation looks a lot better for a young quarterback to thrive in.
Yeah,
Just
but
something to think
I
what kind of
agree. I just
heat?
don't think you're getting two first.
for Jackson.
A late,
I don't think so.
Man,
a
friggin'
late one, a mid, and a late. I don't know.
I don't think so.
friggin' Sauce Gardner got 2 first round picks. I know it's a
I'll tell
total
you this
huge.
though. I think that
Wait, but are
I
you
think the
talking
fan
about two
base.
first this year? Like their two picks this draft?
The
Yeah,
Rams.
because I mean
I don't think
one
they're gonna that I
so
don't think they're gonna do. I think
Rams.
you could get two first, but I think you can get a first this year. I don't think the
Yeah,
Rams are gonna
that's fair,
draft
but I'm
entirely
saying
out of the first round for Dart. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
I mean
I
we've
think you
seen
get two
we've
first. I
seen,
just don't think you're getting next
If
year's
they win the
first, both of
chip,
them.
you never
but
know.
it
If who, the
just
Rams?
feels like that
Yeah,
other one is free. You know what I'm saying? Like for the Rams, it must feel like it was a free pick being that high. And I don't think, they're in a situation where probably, they might be looking at Matt Stafford like, oh, I know he's playing well, but we got to get ready for post Matt Stafford life. Do we think that we're going to be drafting this high anytime soon? Do you want to do this now that we were able to cash a lotto ticket on with the Falcons for them being
I think they'll
stupid?
trade for Burrow
That
before they
we,
do that.
let me ask you something, Flex.
yeah.
Would you
Uh,
rather if because this is a possibility that well I've heard stuff about Jets and Giants trading. Would you prefer the pick or would you prefer Dart?
if I had the number one overall pick,
If you no, if I'm the Giants and you're the Jets and you had opportunity to get my pick or get my quarterback get Dart, who would you go? Who would you prefer?
I mean, it all depends what I'd be trading for, but um, I don't particularly like Mendoza that much, and I'm kind of skeptical on Dart as well. So I'm kind of bad person, like a bad person to ask,
Right, but I'm
because I
at
just
but what
think
would you do? What would you do if you
if I
had a
had
chance?
to pick one,
Yeah,
if I had to pick one, and the price was the same,
yeah,
I'm gonna take Mendoza.
Really? Wow.
Just just because you know what, I like the thought of Jackson Dart, and if it were me picking them at the position that the Giants picked them, that'd be great. But the way that he plays, that's what worries me the most in terms of like him getting hurt. I like the way he plays, but the way that I like the way that he plays because he's not on my team.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
the same way I like Cam Scatterboo, like I wouldn't want him to play like that if I were depending on him to be on my team and be good.
Yeah.
If it
I
makes
don't like
sense.
Mendoza only because to me he feels like, and we've seen this a couple of times in different draft classes, he feels forced to me. I feel like a lot of times when you come into a season and there's not a consensus quarterback at the top of the draft, they find a way to
Right.
convince you that one guy is that
Right.
quarterback when he never deserved to be drafted that high. I feel
Yeah.
like they needed a quarterback to put at the top of the draft, and that's the guy because he's having the season. But I feel like at no point it kind of makes me stinks like Zach Wilson to me, where all of a sudden we didn't hear nothing about this quarterback for a long fucking time. All of a sudden, as the season's winding down, all of a sudden he's a can't miss top 3 pick. Not for
Right.
me. I'm good.
Yeah. It's a tough question, but we'll see. I mean, man, the thing that I like about Mendoza is I like his height. He looks, he's a bigger dude. Even though Dart's arm has improved, in my opinion, like from the beginning to now. So maybe it gets better, stronger. He's an accurate kid, man. On the crazy throws, that's the ill part about him. I think that's probably my favorite quality about him. Like in the crazy throws, he's mad accurate. Like the scrambling, fucking chucking shit up. So
My favorite thing about him is that his name is Jackson Dart.
yeah, Dart is crazy.
He has the second best quarterback name in his family. That's
Oh,
my favorite
Diesel
thing about
Dart.
him. No, you can't beat Diesel Dart. I like Jackson Dart, but just from a
Yeah,
name standpoint, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
because
beat Diesel Dart.
it's tough because you have probably a top five name in the NFL.
right.
Top two for quarterback, probably number one
I
for a
know.
quarterback in
Who's
the
even in
NFL.
the in
Yeah, that's
conversation?
what I'm
Right.
saying. I just said top three just because I couldn't rattle them off the top, but um, he probably has the best name for a quarterback in the NFL, but then he also doesn't have the best name for a quarterback in his own family.
Yo, Diesel Dart is.
It doesn't
I don't know.
sound
It's
real.
crazy.
When I first
Doesn't
heard
sound
that, I
real.
thought somebody was messing with me. I thought it was made up.
Right.
He has a brother named Diesel Dart. I was like, nah, that he also plays quarterback. Wait till
Right.
he's eligible to get drafted.
Right.
I'll
I
draft
already
him
seen.
number one overall. And I don't care what he looks like, just the
I
name
already seen
alone.
reels on. I already seen high school reels on him.
Are they still
Anyway,
giving us the hype machine for Zach Wilson's little brother? Because I remember there was a little bit of
No,
a hype
I
machine
think
for him.
I haven't
Yeah, they
seen
was.
shit.
Was he in BYU too?
I think
Because I know they had a
no, I
Jewish
think
quarterback.
I think
for a little
Utah.
while, too.
Utah.
You see, Sleepy
And
Hollow.
BYU
Speaking
with
of
a
high school
Jewish quarterback.
football,
Yo, that's crazy. I wanted to bring that up, but
Wait, what happened?
yeah,
Sleepy Hollow, they went to the finals or whatever.
they lost in the state championship. They hung in tight, 0-0 at halftime. I was at the bar. Whole shit was packed of people rooting for Sleepy Hollow.
At the
You know,
bar?
they
What
came
bar? It was on TV?
JP Doyle's. Oh, they have an app. They have an app that you can stream it on.
Oh, where was
It
it?
was the state. It was the state finals. It's
Yeah.
the Syracuse
Yeah.
field or whatever dome.
Oh,
Yeah,
and this
oh,
was
boys,
Sleepy Hollow
number 2.
football?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
boys,
no, I
nasty.
didn't-
Number 2.
Yeah.
Who's what?
Number 2. I don't know his name. I think it's Jackson. Or something.
Braden Richardson.
Richardson. Yeah, he's fucking
Yeah.
nasty. Crazy.
Who is that? On
Uh,
Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
Trevor Dimmy's nephew,
What is he? What position does he play?
running back.
The quarterback was good too, right? Or no?
Nah,
Running wise? No.
Why you didn't go to the game?
because it was in Syracuse.
So what?
Nigga.
Yo, I gotta wake up 12 en la mañana.
That's all you got,
Alan.
nigga. That's all I get? Okay. On that
I wanted
note.
to keep it short.
Greatest explanation.
So eloquent.
Perfect.
My words have run out.
Easy.
Hi, dog.
Stream
Holla.
is dead.